Ladies and gents, welcome back to another video. Today we are taking a look at the Metaverse taking a massive, we can't even call it a tumble at this point. I woke up to this news and all I can say is what a day.
Oh, what a day.
I know, it's all a bit much, isn't it?
So it's no secret that Facebook is putting all their eggs in the Metaverse basket. Now, this hasn't really paid off for them in the last 2 days, as this company lost, wait for it, 230 billion, not million, billion with a B, dollars overnight. Let's just take a look at their share prices. It's insane. It's gone down about $63 per share in a matter of hours. So, this is all tied to a few things, but one thing in particular. Facebook is in the pursuit of the Metaverse. And between them being the big evil corporation that everybody has pointed them out to be, security breaches, sexual harassment being rampant in their first version of the Metaverse, and just a general greedy kind of aura around the company recently. People aren't happy. That includes investors. Now, if you'd have told me that Facebook was starting the Metaverse at the start of the pandemic, you know, this global pandemic that we had, I'd have said it made sense. That's a time where you can't see your loved ones, you can't meet up with friends, and you can't interact with them in a kind of physical way. So having a metaphysical way to do that would have made sense, and it would have been a perfect business opportunity. But instead, they've decided to do it towards the, I don't want to say the end of the pandemic. Don't know when this will actually be over, but the start of the ramp down of the pandemic. We're all allowed outside again. We can go and meet up with friends. We can go to the pub again. And I think this leads into a perfect example that I've given in the past. Why would they do this? Why would they pursue a metaverse? And really, the only answer I can give you for that is, well, let's look at it like this. I've said this before. The Metaverse and NFT bro community is such a small, incredibly small minority. I can't express to you how small of a minority they are. Purely because they are an incredibly loud minority. They live, breathe, eat and sleep Metaverse and NFTs. You hear about it from them all day, every day, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Discord. It's this kind of grassroots effect that they're trying to put in place, where if you just talk about it enough, people won't be able to escape it. And that's kind of what's been done here. And Facebook stupidly put all their eggs in that very, very tiny basket. And as a result, when their earnings call came in on the 3rd of February, midnight, yeah. I mean, you're looking at it now. At one point, they had lost 27% of Facebook's entire wealth. 27%. Based off an earnings call that was mostly based around their rebrand to Meta and their earnings based off, that speculative thing they've done. I kind of had a feeling that this was going to happen, just not to this extent. This shows that investors are losing faith in them purely based on the Metaverse thing, along with, some of their other security breaches, but that security breaches are nothing new to Facebook. They've been around 18 years, and this is the first time they've took a plunge like this. It is also the first time in 18 years that they have lost Facebook users. Facebook has never lost users. They've always gained month over month, year over year. They lost 500,000 in the last month, which is an astounding amount, because that doesn't mean that 500,000 people have left. That means more have left. This is their net gain, net loss. So let's say that they followed their trend of, I don't know, 500,000 joining every month. For them to be down 500,000, that means probably closer to 1 million people have left once you deduct it from the 500k that normally join. So they've not even managed to stem the flow of people leaving Facebook. But this just goes to prove something. People don't want a metaverse. At least the majority don't. And they absolutely don't want it run by a massive corporation as greedy as Facebook. Facebook are making so much money yearly that it's hard to comprehend. It really is. And they're still pushing for more. They're pushing to take... And don't get me wrong, I hate Facebook and I still use it. Because it is convenient. It is the most convenient way to stay in touch with elderly relatives. Be able to share life experiences with those elderly relatives and just other family and friends. It is convenient, and that's why it's done so well. For some, it's become an addiction, but for the majority, it is convenient. When you really think about this, what is convenient about putting on a VR headset and walking over to, I don't know, Auntie Doris, who's 60, and saying, hey, look at this picture of a dog. And talking to her when you could just either FaceTime her, video call her, or just send her a picture of a dog, and the process is instant. By adding these extra boundaries to something that's already at pretty much peak convenience, you're harming your own product. And let's make no mistake about this. Although the Facebook, the metaverse that Meta is making is kind of advertised as its own thing, it is absolutely going to be tied into Facebook, Instagram, and anything else they own, Messenger, WhatsApp. So if you add a layer of inconvenience to a process that is at peak convenience, what are you offering? What are you actually offering to your customers? Because on top of that, you now need to buy new clothes for in the metaverse, which is an absolutely insane concept to me. Because a lot of people say, oh yeah, but imagine owning a Gucci bag in the metaverse. Right. Now, if you own a Gucci bag in the metaverse and it's the same price as any other brand in the metaverse, that status is gone because it's the same price. And then if you're paying more for a Gucci bag in the metaverse, you're an absolute nutcase. Because you could just go and buy a Gucci bag in real life. And it would have a hell of a lot more status attached to it than a JPEG. Between this and backlash on gaming companies from their NFT endeavors, I truly think this is coming to an end. This nonsense with the metaverse and NFTs is coming to an end. In fact, it was only in my last video, a day before this earnings call, that I said I would love to see a major corporation hook up and eat dirt because of blockchain NFT scummery. And that's what we're seeing. Literally a day later. I was starting to feel that I might need to recalibrate my crystal ball, but apparently it's absolutely on point right now. I knew that for Meta, as soon as they rebranded to Meta, I knew investors would start pulling out as soon as this nonsense comes to light. And yeah, that's exactly what's happened. What's going to be interesting from here on is to see how Facebook responds to this, because most of the time when companies take a dip, not to this magnitude, but when they take a dip, they wait to see how many people are buying up the dip because, it's good value now. Look at this, the last day, it's still plummeting. Not at the rate that it did overnight, but these people that have lost 25 to 30% of their investment are still willing to take that loss while it's at that point. This is people cutting their losses at a substantial loss already. There's nobody buying the dip. There's nobody seeing value in it at its current price. This is pretty insane. Now, of course, this won't be the end of Facebook. Facebook has hundreds of billions. They have more than enough money. But this seems to be setting a precedent now for the metaverse. It really does. While you could attribute this drop to many things that Facebook have done in the last couple of months or the last quarter, those are things that they've done every quarter. There's always been data breaches. There's always been sexual harassment. There's always been terrorist groups using Facebook to coordinate. None of that is new. The only real new thing that they've done is rename to Meta and put all their eggs in the metaverse basket. That's all I can see this being connected to. I could be wrong. As we all know, correlation does not equal causation. But it's pretty damn likely. Pretty damn likely. Anyway, I wanted to make this video because I feel that this is very important when it comes to the gaming scene right now. Because the metaverse is being preached to the gaming scene. Pretty much nobody wants it in the gaming scene. It's just the investors in NFT and crypto that do. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. As always, a massive thank you to the patrons. If you guys are watching this as it premieres, I'm going to be live over on Twitch. We will be talking a bit more about this, and we'll just be chilling and playing some games. If Twitch isn't your thing, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.